Hey everyone, welcome back to Chew the Bible. It's your good friend Ron. We are now in Ruth chapter 3, reading out of the KJV. Naomi's advice is the heading for this. Then Naomi, her mother-in-law, said unto her, My daughter, shall I not seek rest for thee, that it may be well with thee? And now is not Boaz of our kindred, with whose maidens thou wast? Behold, he winnoweth barley tonight in the threshing floor. Wash thyself, therefore, and anoint thee, and put thy raiment upon thee, and get thee down to the floor. But make not thyself known unto the man, until he shall have done eating and drinking. Interesting. They plotting over here. How we gonna get this man? And tells her, wait till he's fat and full before you show yourself. Show off your beauty. All right, and it's verse 4. And it shall be when he lieth down that thou shalt mark the place where he shall lie, and thou shalt go in and uncover his feet and lay thee down, and he will tell thee what thou shalt do. And she said unto her, All that thou sayest unto me, I will do. And she went down unto the floor and did according to all that her mother-in-law bade her. And when Boaz had eaten and drunk, and his heart was merry, as he was full, fat and happy, in a good mood, he went to lie down at the end of the heap of corn. And she came softly and uncovered his feet and laid her down. And it came to pass at midnight that the man was afraid and turned himself, and behold, a woman lay at his feet. And he said, Who art thou? And she answered, I am Ruth, thine handmaid. Spread therefore thy skirt over thine handmaid, for thou art a near kinsman. And he said, Blessed be thou of the Lord, my daughter, for thou hast showed more kindness in the latter end than at the beginning, inasmuch as thou followest not young men, whether poor or rich. And now, my daughter, fear not, I will do to thee all that thou requirest. For all the city of my people doth know that thou art a virtuous woman. And she had a good reputation for how she treated her mother-in-law. The word was spreading. The word had spread by her. It reminds me of that scripture. It says, a good name is rather to be chosen. Anyway, all right. And now it is true that I am thy near kinsman. Howbeit there is a kinsman nearer than I. Tarry this night, and it shall be in the morning that if he will perform unto thee the part of a kinsman, well, let him do the kinsman's part. But if he will not do the part of a kinsman to thee, then will I do the part of a kinsman to thee, as the Lord liveth. Lie down unto the morning. And she lay at his feet until the morning, and she rose up before one could know another. And he said, Let it not be known that a woman came into the floor. I'm going to go back and read this in the Amplified, but start at verse 12. But I'm going to finish out this in the KJV. Verse 15. Also he said, Bring the veil that thou hast upon thee, and hold it. And when she held it, he measured 6 measures of barley, and laid it on her. And she went into the city. And when she came to her mother-in-law, she said, Who art thou, my daughter? And she told her all that the man had done to her. And she said, These 6 measures of barley gave he me. For he said to me, Go not empty unto thy mother-in-law. Then she said, Sit still, my daughter, until thou know how the matter will fall. For the man will not be in rest until he have finished the thing this day. All right, let's go back. Let's read this in Amplified later. All right, verse 12. They wanted me to update my Bible app. All right. It is true that, in verse 12, it is true that I am your close relative and redeemer. However, there is a relative closer to you. So I believe, did I put any notes here? This is similar to the story in Genesis 38 with Onan. When a man's brother, like if a man's brother passed away and left behind a wife, it was a responsibility of that brother to marry that woman and impregnate her, have a child, and to continue on that brother's bloodline. Because I don't think, as far as I know, it doesn't say anything about Ruth having any children. So I believe that's what they're talking about here. I'll have to do some more research. Does Tony got any notes here on this? Ruth. Let's go to Ruth. Where are you, Ruth? Chapter 3. Let's see what Tony has to say. Naomi decided to become a matchmaker. She told Ruth to go to Boaz's threshing floor that night. The threshing floor was where the winnowing would take place, separating the barley from the inedible chaff. During the harvest, Boaz would have spent the night there to prevent theft of his grain. Naomi advised Ruth to uncover his feet and lie down after he finished eating and drinking and went to sleep for the night. Once Boaz realized she was there, he would explain what she should do next. Through her words and actions, here Ruth was making a marriage proposal. Ladies, there goes a story, an example of how you all can make proposals too. There's all these videos of these ladies talking about, I'll never propose to no man. They making fun of these ladies who get down on one knee and propose to the guy. Hey, read Ruth. She was making the proposal. She was requesting that Boaz perform his legal responsibility go back. Through her words and actions here, Ruth was making a marriage proposal. She was requesting that Boaz perform his legal responsibility as a family redeemer. Go see Ruth 2:19 through 20. By asking him to take her under his wing, Ruth was reminding him of the blessing he had pronounced on her previously. Ruth was challenging him to become the human expression of God's divine covering. The word redeem appears multiple times here. Through its use, Boaz is represented as an Old Testament picture of Jesus Christ, who redeemed or bought back sinners from slavery to sin. Through Christ our Redeemer, we are forgiven, set free from sin, made new creations, and have a new relationship with God. See Romans 3:23 through 20, verse 23 through 24. Galatians 3:13 through 14, and then Galatians 4:4 through 5, and Ephesians 1:13 through 14, Colossians 1:13 through 14, Hebrews 9:11 through 12. If Boaz were to redeem Ruth, she'd be bought out of slavery to her impoverished circumstances and formally adopted into God's chosen family. Ruth arose and left while it was still dark so that no one would see her and misconstrue the night's events, bringing harm to their reputations. Yeah, they didn't want anybody to get the wrong idea that they had, or assume that they had relations, had sips that night. I'm going to read this and finish this out in the Amplified. It is true that I am your close relative and redeemer. However, there is a relative closer to you than I. Spend the night here, and in the morning, if he will redeem you, fine, let him do it. But if he does not wish to redeem you, then, as the Lord lives, I will redeem you. Lie down until the morning. So she lay at his feet until the morning, but got up before anyone could recognize another. Boaz said, do not let it be known that the woman came to the threshing floor last night. Interesting. The wording suggests that this was a command Boaz gave to others who were near him on the threshing floor. That jacks up all of the Christian, a lot of Christian churches, circles, they recommend to men to never be alone with a woman that's not your wife. And the Bible is full of examples of men being alone with women. I get why they do that, but that's not going to... man, it's a very complicated subject, but that's not going to stop men from having affairs. It may help, but if a man's going to have an affair or a woman's going to have an affair, they're going to figure it out. It all starts in our heart in the first place. That's why, everything starts in the heart. All right. He also said, give me the shawl you are wearing. I already read that note. Also, give me the shawl you are wearing and hold it out. So Ruth held it and measured out 6 measures of barley into it and placed it on her. And she went into the city. When she came home, her mother-in-law said, how did it go, my daughter? And Ruth told her everything that the man had done for her. She said, he gave me these 6 measures of barley, and he said to me, do not go back to your mother-in-law empty-handed. Then Naomi said, sit and wait, my daughter, until you learn how this matter turns out, for the man will not rest until he has settled it today.